You want me to shoot my guy down? That's a fine. Shoot him. Shoot him down. Shoot him down. Roger that. Try to steer clear from you. Try to steer clear. Okay, you go. Let's out here.
Welcome everybody to the Fox 3 Phoenix channel. I am your host Govinator, and today we're doing the MiG-19 Air Force One in the 1960s. Now if you'll remember, it took me 2 MiG-19s in the 1950s to get to Air Force One. I'm thinking it's going to take more than 2, but we'll start there, and then we'll add 4, then we'll go to 8, then we'll go to 12, and then 16 eventually. And if that doesn't work, well, you're going to need a separate video because it's going to get way too long. So you can see these are the 2 planes we have. Those are the escorts coming in. So at this point, if you guys wouldn't take a second to click that like button and subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. I eventually am going to be doing the 1990s version of this. We've done 70s and 80s already, and 50s. So I'd love to eventually have a block lined up of 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And then eventually I'll get into the 2000s and 2010s. But I'm going to need to download mods and get better at using this game simulator until then. But until then, you can enjoy the core assets. The core assets are good till about 1990s, maybe 2000s. From what I understand. But like I said, I haven't really gotten that far in the simulator, so we'll see. Just making sure my sidewinders are good. We've got the fuel tanks ready to be dropped. We've got full burners on. We are almost going Mach 1 at this point. Not quite. We can't break the Mach barrier when we have fuel tanks on. So you can see we're at like Mach 0.98. But once we drop those fuel tanks, it'll go over Mach 1. And now the fighters I'm against are modeled with the era-appropriate missiles, meaning they have their Sparrows. They're really bad radar-guided missiles that the F4 has. They eventually come out with better ones later on in the 70s and even the 80s. But in the 60s, oh boy, they are horrible missiles. So we'll see if they're bad enough that they can't hit us. But they also do have their sidewinders, which in the 60s, I want to say they got rid of the Bravos. I did all the research, and then I kind of forgot they have Bravos, Limas, and various other ones. But actually, I think these are just the Bravo ones. So they're actually probably not that great. And in real life, they actually had a bunch of different variants of the Sidewinder. They're not modeled in this simulator. You basically start with the Bravos and move on to the Limas. And I believe the Limas came out in, my memory serves, 1977, but don't hold me, you know, do your research on that if you want to double check me there. I would not be offended if you correct me. I remember I look it up when I set up these scenarios, and once you set up 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and you're going to do 90s, and you've also done the same thing for the Russian side, you can miss a thing or two. It does slip my mind. Plus, I have a daughter that I've been taking care of. She's a not even 3-month-old baby, and you lose a little sleep. So anyways, forgive me. But I'm still looking for... Oh, there's the first person conning. Okay, I can see him now. Alright, let's get rid of all this stuff. We're going to go to the left, and we're going to jink to the right just a little bit. I want to hold them. I don't know when their Sparrow missiles are going to be launched, but at some point... Oh, I forgot to hit that. Get rid of that. Boom. Okay, fuel tanks are gone. Want to get, you know, some jinking going, and we're going to eventually dive down to drag those missiles down. I'm hoping that they really are terrible missiles, so some pretty small corrections should be good enough, but now we're close enough. I want to start going down. One of those will be the president in Air Force One. Be the con that doesn't maneuver. That's kind of how I figure it out. Alright, so we're going to go to the left, or right, I mean, sorry. We were going to the left, and that's because I'm just trying to make, oh no, that's an F4 that just went off afterburners. And that's because these missiles are going to have to go to the left and the right to get me. And that'll drag speed down, and on top of that, I don't think they're going to have, they're just really bad missiles, so you start jinking like this, and they struggle to follow you. Alright, so you can see that's the 727 there, because he's the only one that did... Oh! Well, there I was, talking crap about those Sparrow's missiles, and one hit me right in the head. Alright, let's see if these guys do anything, if my buddy here can do anything. I think he looks like he got hit already. Looks like he's taking some gunshots to the wing. Oh yeah, they're maneuvering around him. Well, I think it's not going to matter because I'm pretty sure the 727's getting away. And if the 727 gets away, Air Force One escapes, it's a done deal. We'll have to move on to the 4. Let's check it out real quick. Zooming out. Yeah, yep, 727's gotten away. Okay, guys, well, let's move on to the next round and see what happens. Alright, here we are in round 2. There are officially now 4 MiG-19s out there with us. There they are. And you can see our radar is useless as ever, but I turn it on just in case, I happen to be looking at it, and if anyone wants to see it, it is cool. It's the very first Russian radar that we have in this simulator anyway. But yep, those are my 4 buddies. Well, 3 buddies out there. I'm the 4th. Or I'm the 1st. And they're my buddies. Anyways, point is, here we go. I am feeling a little more confident about this with 4 of them out there. They can distract some of those F4s. Those F4s are what I'm really afraid of, much more than the F5s. The F5s only have infrared seeking missiles, and they're the AIM-9Bs, which means they're pretty bad. They're very early generation IR seeking missiles, much like my KA-13s, excuse me. They are better than my KA-13s. I have the worst Fox 2s available. Those ones they have are probably the second worst, or very close. So anyways, with the 4 F4s distracted, I'm not too worried about the F5s. They can get me, don't get me wrong, but the F4s have the Sparrows, and even though they miss more often than they hit, they are still Fox 1 missiles, which we do not have on the MiG-19. Stay tuned though, because I just did the MiG-21 versus the 1950s one, and you saw it only took 1 MiG-21 to do what 2 MiG-19s could do. And I have a sneaky suspicion, well, I don't know, actually, I don't want to say that, but I might be able to take a single MiG and get in there real quick and get rid of this 727, but we'll see. I'm not for sure about that at all. As a matter of fact, actually, I don't think that'll happen, because if they get me with a bunch of Fox 1s, it's just going to be a matter of me getting lucky, and I don't want it like that. I'm going to actually... The MiG-21 has a RWR, and you can actually use it to start avoiding their missiles, which will be my intention. So anyway, I will not bore you guys with anything else, and we will talk again when we're actually in the fight. Okay, now we're first starting to see the cons of all of them coming at me. Obviously, I got killed by a Sparrow last time, so I'm going to try and be more aggressive this time. I'm really going to drag it down into the ground here. So here we go. We're pulling. I'm also going to tell my wingman to attack. I didn't do that last time, and I don't know if it matters. They've been pre-programmed with the same orders I have, but I wanted to make sure that, hey, seriously, guys, go attack. That kind of thing. Alright, so you can see we're dragging anything they've shot at us down here. I'm really getting aggressive with this. Diving down here. You can see we're at 1,200 kilometers per hour. True airspeed, yeah, that's what I had to think about it. See here, just continuing to drag these missiles if they're being fired at me. I won't know. You'll see in the replays if they're being fired at me, just like in the previous round. And so, we'll always show you that if I can. So you can see I'm pretty darn low to the ground now. So any missiles that are coming down here are going to have to go through a lot of thick air. We started up at 30,000 feet, and we're probably at 3 to 5 right now. I'm not too... Make sure, no, we're not even that high, but you can see they're maneuvering up there, and that's kind of, I'm just sort of staying maneuvering down here. I mean, they have to come down. There's no way, well, I'm not gonna say no way, but they're doubtful they're gonna be able to hit me from there. But now I can see where the 727 is. He's the guy going straight, so I'm actually in a full-on climb. Now I couldn't do this in the old MiG-15s because we'd never get to be able to climb up this high. Even the MiG-19, to be honest with you, is going to struggle. But we were already going Mach 1 plus speeds, and I'm pretty much going straight up here. So we're going to see if I can do a 30,000-foot climb in the MiG-19 fast enough anyway. It definitely can. I believe it actually is closer to 40,000 feet per minute climb, but we didn't get a full minute for this. And you can see I'm pulling it over now. That's the 727. Come on. Come on, I've got them locked up, even though my missiles are IR missiles. Come on, come on. Come on, pull. She's going too slow to get much, get much authority. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, She's bobbling now. I'm trying to get the nose up. I really am. Oh, come on. Oh, did we get hit? Oh. Oh, we got hit. That's what happened. I was wondering. I'm like, come on. All right, well, now you're in God mode, and you can see what my buddies are doing here. They've taken out 2 of us already. Well, it doesn't matter, because the 727's getting away. Unless this guy's going to do something soon. And he's not. He went back. All right. Well, guys, let's move on. Let's see if 8 MiG-19s can get the job done. All right, here we are in the 3rd round of this. We've got 8 MiG-19s this time going against them. That's the leader of the other wing that's with me. So I'm going to try and stay on him a little bit and see how this goes. Try to get these other guys to go in first and draw the fire of all the other planes. They tend to target me first for whatever reason. I think it's just because I'm the human player and they know that. And so they just, for some reason, they just go for me, but they're not like completely stupid. If I just run away and my other guys go in there, they'll go kill the other guys too. So anyways, we are now heading in. You can see that's our crew. We got everybody here. My radar still doesn't do very much, but it can at least detect my own wingmen that are very close to me. And yeah, we're not going to rush in this time. We're going to take our time. We're going to let our buddies draw out their fire the most, because obviously my current strategies have not worked. But I'm starting to get a little confident. I mean, 8 MiG-19s against 6 defenders of 1960s status. It's, you know, it's getting to the point where we might be able to do this. If not, we'll go on to 12, and then I've got up to 16 loaded and ready to go. But it is tough because, you know, the defenders, they have it even harder than we do, because they have a Air Force One that keeps flying towards its destination, and they only have the old school Fox 1s, which are those Sparrow missiles, which, though they're terrible, they have actually killed me already several times, so I don't want to say they're too bad. But they actually do have some pretty decent sidewinders as well. So let's just see if we can do this. Remember, for us, this is a 727 we're going against. So technically, they don't have any flares, and we'll see if we can get them. The real Air Force One was a 707 at this time, so I don't have a 707 model in the game. As you've seen it before, we have a tanker version of it. So that's what I've been doing a lot of times, and I may end up doing it again just because it, you know, the more mods you put in, the harder the tracks are to keep, and the more corrupt things become. So I end up not being able to show you guys what I want to show you guys, because it just messes up everything. All the external views are, you know, wrong. It's like that didn't happen when we actually fought. And so anyways, point of matter is, the more mods, the shakier it gets. And so right now there are 2 mods, the F4s and the 727s. And the F4s, the only way, well, you know, they're the VSN mods. I'm waiting for Heat Blur to come out with the actual F4 so we can make it a core game module. So one way or another, we will get the 1960s in legitimately. It's just whether we're able to do it with these mods or if we have to wait for Heat Blur. But anyway, I'm going up high this time because I figured, you know, when I do dive and I drag those missiles down, if I'm already way above them, it's going to help me out. So I've put the afterburners on. We're at full power. We're heading up. And let's just see. I want to make sure I keep an eye on the other MiG-19s. We'll let them get out in front of us, but we're going to go higher. That way the first time we see them and we have to start dragging their missiles down, we've got altitude already. Still nothing on radar. Alright, I just popped off my fuel tanks. because I just don't think I need the extra fuel. I'm trying to get lighter, and you know, we might as well start burning some of our internal fuel, so that way we continue to just get lighter as the mission goes on. I know we should be seeing them pretty soon. Alright, there's the first signs of them. We're going to get closer in. I know they're going to be shooting sparrows at me at some point. I'm telling my wingmen to go start some trouble. And basically take them out. I don't have a radar warning receiver, so I don't know when they fire. I'm just going to assume they are Fox 1ing me at some point, and then I'm just going to dive. So it should be happening pretty soon here. One of those is definitely the president. The question, it's the one that usually never maneuvers in relation to the bandits. So alright, I know we're still safe for now, but I'm going to need to start maneuvering, so here we go. Alright, I'm dragging this missile into thicker air, and I'm also notching it, meaning I'm not getting any closer. I'm flying perpendicular to them. It makes their radars, and especially these early generation ones, makes it be very hard to pick up and for their missiles to track me. I have no idea if they've already fired on me. They may have, they may not, I don't know. But alright, I can't go do this forever. We've got to eventually get back because the president will make it away, and we can't have that either. So, okay, I think I know which one the president is. He's that one there that's not maneuvering. Oh boy, you can see lots of stuff's happening here. Alright. Oh boy, there's a big scrum, but there he is. So we're down below. So far we're surviving. Let's try and come up here. Switching over to the KA-13 missiles. I'm going to try and bring the nose up. We're at full burner. Even the MiG-19 nose stalling. At these altitudes, it's hard to maneuver quickly. There's that 727. He's gonna get a little further away from me than I would like, but we can still outrun him. We have afterburners, and we're a Mach 1.3 capable fighter, whereas he can't quite do Mach 1. And he's maneuvered some, so that's helping us slow it down, and we're coming down now on him. We've got him locked up. Not that it's a radar lock that's going to matter. It's going to be the KA-13s. I'm going to try and get a little closer. I gotta fire before I get shot down myself. Fox 2. Alright, hopefully that gets him. If not, I got another one, and I'm gonna get closer before I launch it. Oh yes, it got him. Alright, we did it. Fox 2 again, just for good measure. But we did it. Alright, that's our answer. It's 8 MiG-19s is what's required. Holy smokes, I've been wondering. Alright, well, it appears my teammates did a good job distracting them long enough. Alright everybody, I appreciate you watching. We got him. This is your host, Govinator, signing off for the Fox 3 Phoenix channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.